honor God. If you have to please rise.
Stand up.
If you could all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Forward. Punch.
If y'all can remain standing, I'd like to have our chaplain, Rob Jankowski, come get the invitation. Let's pray.
Father, you are good, and you are the source of everything good in our lives. God, thank you for a night like tonight. God, I am grateful that one of the clearest commands in Scripture is to remember, to be grateful in remembering how far you've come, and those who sacrificed to make our current reality possible. And so, God, tonight is a night of remembering with gratitude how far you have brought this fire department, but also to look forward to where you are leading them. God, thank you for the men and women who have sacrificed to make a night like tonight possible. Thank you for the community and the support. We look forward to the future. We give our thanks in Jesus' name. Amen.
You may be seated. So tonight, you're all in luck. I did not write and prepare a long-winded speech, so I'm just going to speak from the heart a minute, I guess, and then pass things off to somebody else who may talk a little bit longer than me. First of all, thank you all for coming. Great turnout, better turnout than I expected. You always get worried when you don't have, true RSVPs and such of what's going to happen, what's going to show up. But it's great to see each and every one of you, those we know, those we don't know, those who are part of the fire department family at one point or another, maybe some who in the future will be. I guess the main reason we're here, right, is to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Whitestown Fire Department. Now, it hasn't always been the Whitestown Fire Department. It's been Worth Township Fire Department, Boone County Fire Department, maybe some other name fire department I don't even know in between, back to Worth, to Whitestown. It doesn't matter. One thing has stayed the same, and it's the family of the Whitestown and Worth Township firefighters from the past, present, and like I said, the future. So it's been, I guess let me start with this. Let me thank my operations chief, Chief Crafton here. He has spent countless hours diving into the history of this department. When I first took over as chief in 2013, we didn't have a whole lot. We had a couple of totes full of stuff that had remained from yesteryear, and really not much to go on. But his tenacity, I'm pretty sure he even used the words microfiche to me a couple times, visiting the library and Google. He has put together really a great job and a great picture of this department, and I think the best part of that is the old members sitting here from the past being able to tap into you guys' resources has been awesome. So thank you, Clint. Thank you for all who have given us a piece of history, or at least given us your remembrances and stories so we can put together what we have today. So give yourself a round of applause. Also, I want to make sure I thank everybody that's been a part of this 90th setup, if you will. We pretty much started right after the first year knowing that we were going to do something like this. I don't want to name individual names because I'm sure I won't forget somebody, but I know every member of this department and beyond has had something to do with getting this prepared. So thank you all very much for that. Put on a great show. So with that, I don't have any. Yep, I have one more thing to say. You got to surround yourself with good people, right? Keep you on track. So one of the biggest milestones we've hit this year for the Whitestown Fire Department is we are officially a full-time fire department. This started back in Thank you. From the days of volunteer to part-time, to volunteer and part-time, to volunteer part-time paid and part-time, we've came a long way. And we couldn't be where we are today without the help of our part-time personnel, really, at least in my tenure. That's why we kind of hitting on that. So I did want to recognize, and for those of you who are here, if I say your name, please come up. But we wanted to recognize the part-timers who stuck with us to the end. Brandon Towns. Okay, and if there is a family member as well, if not the actual person. Shane Gordy, Sam McKinley, Tyler Hofstetler, Julia Stump, Matt Beard, Donnie Ruhr. I think we might have family.
That was a family member here?
She had to leave.
No longer here. Dale Hamley, Chris Womack, Bill Brown, and Ryan Sparks. I promise you, we sent invitations to them all. So what they would have had is we had a special quarter zip shirt made up for them, give them as a token to stick them to the end. So we will get this to them one way or another, but we wanted to make sure we publicly thank them for their service and sticking it out, knowing over the years that their part-time job was basically coming to an end. So now, I think I'm going to pass it on to Chief Grafton to continue.
Thank you, Chief Westridge. And as the Chief thanked me for doing this, I really need to thank the Chief for allowing me to keep my job, since I haven't really been doing the job I was hired to do for about a year. So I do appreciate that. Without the help of a few core individuals, Greg Bedell, John Hancock, Kelly Fry, Mike Hancock, Rob Guest, there's no way we could have put together what we've been able to find out about the history of our department and those that have worked here and served here. So for you guys, thank you very much for your help. And for those who I just met tonight that used to be with the department, you're going to be getting phone calls now, because we want to keep building this and putting more of the history together as we go. A couple of things we'll talk about real quick. With the new station that we're building, there it is. In that lobby, we're going to have an entire area set up just dedicated to the history of the department. So some of the things that you see here tonight are going to be put into cases to be displayed. And among those things, we're going to put up a couple of plaques just to again, try to remind us of where we've been and help us, so that no one coming in after us has to go through the same process of trying to find the history of our department. It really is the most important thing. If you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. So the first thing that we're going to put up is the founding members, May 1929. This was under Trustee Samuel West. We've placed Chief Allen there because we're not really sure who the chief was, but it makes sense that would have been the chief because his was the best name to put on an award that we later created. Clyde Loeffner, Horace Wheat, Grover Allen, Albert Hine, and Minnie Sorter. So that plaque will be going up to remember our founding members. And unfortunately, the turnout's so good that there hasn't been an opportunity to actually hear any of the stories that we've been able to capture from guys like Greg and John. But we will be putting the video up on our YouTube and our Facebook and every place so that you can take a look at that and really learn about the history of the department and where we've been. Speaking of the devil, there's one of the guys that's in here as well. I made a lot of promises to those of you that don't know who Kelly Fry Fry is. I made a lot of promises that Kelly would make an appearance tonight, so here we are. All right, the second thing that we're going to be putting up is a plaque dedicated to our Cornerstone members. So what we realized is that some of these folks have been with the department an incredibly long time, and we'd never met them. We didn't even know who they were. And so we want to make sure that we remember these people. And so, along with this, if we call your name, if you can, we'd like you to come up. We've got a gift for you, and we'd like to recognize everyone. In some cases, we'll ask the family member to come up if the member's no longer with us. And in some cases, rather than have them come up 4 times, we'll have Sam come up once. So the first one, I might as well just go ahead and do all the sorters together. So as I said, one of the founding members of the fire department is Minnie Sorter. That would be Sam's great-grandfather, right? Or great-grandfather. So after that was Don Sorter Sr., Don Sorter Jr., and then Sam. Don Sorter Sr. served from 45 to 72 with 27 years, and Jr. from 65 to 2002 with 37 years. Don Sorter Jr. is actually photographed in this firehouse. He actually served at this station just before he retired. And then we've got Sam, who joined in '83 and quit the department in 2009. So Sam was here for 26 years. And so Sam being the 4th generation of the Sorter family to be a member of this fire department, Sam, if you'll come up, and you'll be the first one that we present to. And on behalf of the department, now, some of these folks aren't here with us tonight, but we've been in contact with them quite a bit. Rob Guest. Rob Guest was a member from '84 to '98, served for 14 years. I don't believe Rob showed up. No, okay. Tell you what, I'm going to save this one. The next one we'll skip over for just a second. Larry Reynolds served for 20 years, and Linda was here earlier, but is not here now. Is that correct? Okay. And we'll take care of that when she gets back. But Larry Reynolds, and actually Larry's the 3rd of the Reynolds family to be members of this department as well. Next up, probably the biggest help I've had through this entire process, serving from 1980 to 2001 for 21 years, is Greg Bedell.
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, I'm still losing weight. I see that.
That's exactly what I expected. Okay. Next is Wayne Johnson, and I know his daughter was here earlier, but she left. Is that right, Mike? Wayne Johnson. Okay. Wayne Johnson, Red Johnson, was a member from 57 to 82, 25 years. And he's actually photographed in the building as well, which is a good connection for us. Well, I was looking forward to this and now I'm worried about it. From 82 to 2011, for 29 years. Kelly Fry, whoops.
He left.
Kelly Fry, come on up here, Kelly.
Where's your daughter?
Now you get rid of that John Deere hat. Yeah. It was free.
And the chief pointed out to me that we do have a family member here for Wayne Johnson. He served from 57 to 82 for 25 years. And Andy, what's the relationship? Grandson? Well, if you wouldn't mind coming off. And Andy was also a member of the fire department, as was his dad. So, again, 3 generations. We won't have Kelly come back up again, but Kelly's dad, George, served the department from 59 to 88 for 29 years. George Fry was a member of this department. The next one was Wally Greason. He served from 1950 to 1980 for 30 years. Do we have any of the members of the Greason family here? Okay. Don Melvin served from 1960 to 1991 for 31 years. I already mentioned Don Sorter Jr., who served for 37 years, and the last one served from 1953 to 1988, 35 years, and he was the chief, I don't have the list up here, but a long time, John Hancock.
Thank you, but everybody, it wasn't just the chief, it was the people, Greg, Kelly, Mike Beckham, as a few that I can recall off the top of my head, but it took the men under me to make it a department. Because we had one calendar year, we had 0 calls, nothing for 1 year, and tried to keep the morale up of 24 people with no calls. It was almost impossible. We did it.
Thank you, John. And as I said, I skipped over one name on here, and the reason for that is because when you get a chance to watch the video, you'll hear a lot of stories in this video about one individual. He was with the department for 17 years. He served from 1984 to 2001. And as everyone will tell you, he was taken from us, from the world, way earlier than he should have been. And I just asked that Carla could come up for Scott Cochran. And I want to thank the entire family. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the entire back corner is Scott's family. So thank you guys very much. Obviously, I never had a chance to meet and know Scott, but the stories that Greg and John and others have told tells me that he would have been a great chief to work for. The last thing that I have, I'm looking around to make sure I don't forget anything because I'm pretty bad about that, is that we've got one last plaque here. And again, when you watch the video, it allows John and Greg and Mike and others, Kelly and others, to tell the story of an individual who, again, is no longer with us and was taken too soon. And that individual is John Hull. We have, what was created was the John Hull Medal of Valor. And 3 different people have been awarded this, 2 in '96 and 1 in 1990. The original plaque that we found was missing one of the names, so we had the plaques remade. This plaque will be hanging in the new lobby as well. And we had a small one made that we wanted to give to the family. So if you all 3 want to come up here, this is John's family, and we really appreciate them coming back. Emily, on behalf of the department, I'd like for you to have that. Thank you, guys. One last thing for me, just to humor me, if you've ever worked for this department or served for this department, just put your hand up real quick. I just want to see. That's pretty impressive that we had that many people come in to join us tonight for the 90th anniversary. Thank you guys all. Thank you for being a part of this department and for making it what it is for us today. Enjoy the rest of the night. If there's cake left, have some cake and hold on. Yeah, actually, yeah. So if you were one of the Cornerstone members and the Hulls as well, if you guys would come up so we could get some pictures. Mike Hancock, just real quick. Mike, you never did serve on the department, correct? And I don't know why your dad would have never let you do that, but Mike is, he's actually Mike and Cheryl are only technically volunteer members, and they do photographs for us at every event we do, incidents, everything else. If there's a good-looking picture that you see in a video or hanging around here, Mike took it. There's no question about it. So thank you, Mike, and if Mike, if you could come up and get some pictures, we'd appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.